Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another figure kind of unboxing. We have something very exciting for today. I've never actually opened up something like this before, I guess on a technicality. I've opened up third-party figures on this channel before. However, I have never opened up third-party head sculpts before for SH Figuarts. Today, we're going to be looking at the DL Custom Volume 1 Superhero Custom Head Sculpt. Now, if you are unaware what this little guy is right here, this is essentially a custom head sculpt kit for Gohan Beast, as obviously Bandai has not given us our official offerings for Gohan Beast. I know it's probably blurry there, but I mean, literally, it's just a box. Obviously, because he hasn't been released yet, some third-party figure companies decided to take it upon themselves to create some head sculpts for the pre-existing SH Figuarts Ultimate Gohan. We're going to be taking a look at these head sculpts today. I have seen them online many a times, whether it be through memes or whether it be through just seeing the images through different people who collect figures. And I have to say, these are probably some of the best custom head sculpts that I have ever seen. Dare I say, maybe even better than the official Gohan Beast SH Figuarts figures face sculpts. We will have to see on that one when the actual figure comes to us from Bandai, because obviously we don't have it yet. But I will be doing some comparisons for you when that time comes, so don't you worry about that. We will definitely do some comparisons between the two. However, for today, we have the Gohan Beast face sculpts. Let's actually get these bad boys out of the packaging. By the way, I did get these guys from, oh boy, I don't remember the name of the website, but it's right on screen. It was about 40 bucks. They were actually out of stock for a really long time. However, they just recently got a restock in, so I was able to get an order in pretty quickly. I know 40 bucks seems like a lot for a custom head sculpt. However, for me, not only do I just want something Gohan Beast, please, bro. This also just looked incredible to me personally. I thought that the head sculpt and the faces looked really good, so I thought that for me personally it was worth the money. Let's just see what this looks like without the head in there, right? To take a look at kind of the shading and the sculpt. So the hair looks fantastic, if I do say so myself. If the camera will focus. Hello? There we go. For some reason, my hand being in the background, it didn't like that. The actual Gohan Beast hair looks fantastic, if I do say so myself. I think in terms of the look of it, they absolutely nailed it, from the giant bang in the front here to the big head spike in the middle that kind of comes to a point, to the exact color scheme from the movie, because I've seen the hair depicted on figures as more of a silver recently, where I think this is definitely a lot more accurate to the movie. And there's also like a little bits of purple that are kind of towards the base. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but there is a little bit of purple shading in there, which is really cool. Does this store in here if we... Yeah, okay, I guess we can just leave that in there right now. So it does come with 3 different faces, which I will show you right now. We have the neutral face, right, which is kind of like the angry one. This is, I guess, like right when he transforms, you could say. We have the gritting teeth face, and of course, I will show you these on the figure, right? Don't worry. I will give you images of all of these actually on the figure itself, and not just the severed face. But we have Gohan when he gives the smirk to Cell Max. Apparently my camera is siding with Cell Max on that one. My camera said no. And then we also have the screaming face, which is obviously for the Masenko, which also looks pretty good. I think personally it's probably the weakest of the bunch for me. I definitely like the other two much better, but it's definitely not bad. All right, let's go ahead and chuck these bad boys on the head. So I believe the way that this should work, right? Let's go ahead and put that to the side. Is obviously for the Gohan Beast hair, right? Just pop that bad boy off. And then I guess we'll put on the neutral face to start. If we plug this into here, right, in those little holes. Shove that bad boy in there. Ooh, that's looking good already. And we should just be able to attach it like so. There we go. And it goes on pretty easily, honestly. You just gotta line it up. And that looks really good. Now, obviously, you have to put it on the bad boy himself. So, let's go ahead, grab our SH Figuarts Gohan. Keep in mind, he won't have battle damage because obviously this is just the plain ultimate one. And the Gohan, literally me taking his head off, decided to break the entire setup. But yeah, take his head off and put on the beast head. Obviously, it's not going to have battle damage because this is the ultimate Gohan and not the Gohan Beast one with that. But, whoo, that should just snap right on there, I think. Yup, just like that. Wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get him a little bit closer here. Let me focus in. Holy cow. Yeah, that definitely looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. That definitely looks pretty awesome. That is definitely a very nice look. So let's actually go over the different faces for Gohan here. We, of course, have on his head, right, the neutral face, which is definitely a very, very good looking one. I will say, I do think that there is like almost a little bit too much forehead exposed here. I don't know if that's like just me kind of looking at this and like being a little bit too critical of it. I mean, again, it is a third-party item, but it was pretty expensive, obviously, being like 40 bucks just for some face sculpts. You know, you obviously want it to look really good, but I still think that it looks really good regardless. I think personally, though, the best one for me, and probably the one that I'm going to display him with, is the gritting teeth face when obviously he blocks the hit from Cell. I think that this one looks really, really good. Probably the most anime accurate, right? Like, it's clear that you can see that this company, DL Custom, right? They are definitely doing their best to try and mimic the official, like, SH Figuarts sort of style, I guess you would say, when it comes to how they have been doing faces, right? Because obviously SHF has been trying to make more anime accurate face sculpts recently. So you can definitely tell that they were trying to kind of go for that same effect with this. And then we, of course, have the screaming face. I do think that this one does look really good. You can actually see, if we look at really close detail, let me actually pull the camera in here. You can see that the eyes are actually even shaped a little differently, which is kind of crazy, honestly, that they even bothered putting in that much detail. But yeah, you can see that the eyes are actually a little bit more like ovals rather than circles, like the other eyes on the different head sculpts. All very, very nicely done, I would say. I think that they all look really, really good. I think that this is certainly a really good alternative for people who maybe want to get a Gohan Beast SH Figuarts figure, but either don't want to support Premium Bandai, or they just didn't get the chance to get the figure from the Premium Bandai like release time that they had for him. I think that this is definitely a good option for that. One thing that I did want to note before we do some size comparisons with the head-on is that the only thing that I really think that I could complain about with this guy is the fact that the head is a little bit weird in terms of the way that it fits on the body, because it looks fine when you're looking at it from a front-facing angle. It does kind of look like his face sort of lifts off of his neck a little bit at certain angles, right? Like, you can definitely see, right, if we have him look up a little bit, that gap is pretty big, right, in terms of the bottom, right, to the neck. But if we take a look at the back, it doesn't look too bad from here, but you can clearly see, right, this hole right here, and you can also see even where the peg meets the neck. I don't think this is me not pushing it in far enough, because trust me, I am pushing it in as much as I can, and I also don't want to break the figure. But if we take a look at an actual SH Figuarts head, right, when we put it on, it feels a little bit more fluid with the figure, right? Like that problem that I was talking about before with the neck. doesn't seem to be there as much, right? Like even when you tilt the head up, right? Obviously it's still there a little bit, but it still feels a little bit more natural. And even if we do this on the back, granted this hair is black, so it does like kind of mesh in a little bit more, but there definitely isn't as much of a view of the actual head peg back there, or I guess the neck peg would be the better way to say it. So I don't think that this head looks bad necessarily. I definitely just think that that part is certainly a little bit of a shame when it comes to this figure, because obviously that means that if you are going to display it from the back, right, like if you wanted to do the Gohan kicking Cell scene or something like that, it may be a little bit difficult to do that without getting some gapping. Alrighty, so let's do some size comparisons here. As per usual, we're going to bring out the Ichiban Kuji Gotenks and the Dusty WCF Super Saiyan Blue Goku here. Obviously, this is an SH Figuarts figure, so the height shouldn't really be surprising. But of course, when we're dealing with Gohan Beast, the hair is always a heck of a lot bigger. So I figured that it would still be good to kind of have this comparison here. And with the head attached, he stands at just about, I think on camera, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, it looks about to be 7 inches, like just under it. I know obviously depending on how you pose him, and if I had him a little bit more straight up, it would probably be a little bit more closer to 7, but basically around 7 inches, which is kind of crazy, right? Because if I just like, obviously not a big, you know, like proper comparison, but obviously if I just hold the face next to him, you can see how much bigger the hair is than the actual like Ultimate Gohan hair. I think that is also interesting. It kind of looks like the face plate is smaller on the Gohan Beast version, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, obviously Gohan adds a ton of length to this figure, which is obviously very, very cool because of course, you know, the Beast hair is supposed to be absolutely giant. And how could I help myself but not show you some comparisons with some other superhero figures? A little bit of Dusty Boys, of course. We got, I didn't even realize I put them in the same pose. That's funny. We have the SH Figuarts Superhero Piccolo, and of course the two other current superhero figures in my collection. We have the SH Figuarts Gamma 1, which for some reason, I think my Gamma 1, one of his legs is longer than the other because I can never get him to stand up like perfectly straight. He's always leaning to one side. And of course, the SH Figuarts, you're going to kind of have to, everybody's going to kind of have to scooch over here a little bit. We of course have his brother, the SH Figuarts Gamma 2, which I really like the pose that I have him in there. Seeing these guys all together is really, really cool. And I think that DL Custom did a fantastic job making this face and head and hair combo really feel like it not only fits on the Ultimate Gohan figure itself. Like, if you didn't know any better and you saw this, right, without me pointing out like the fact that sometimes the neck and the back of the head looks a little bit weird, I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to tell that this was a custom headpiece, right? This is so well done to the point where this could definitely look official, and I'm going to be very excited to compare it to the official release when we properly get him. But not only that, I think that the head sculpt definitely does a very good job fitting in super well with the other figures in the superhero line. Obviously, I only have a couple of them right now, but nonetheless, it is obviously still a shoehorn in that it just looks so good with all these guys. And obviously, it's really cool kind of having the SH Figuarts Gohan Beast early, which may or may not be the title of this video, but with obviously having this head sculpt set, I definitely think that it is worth the $40, at least for me personally. I definitely think that it could have been more like $30, but I am not only not an expert on third-party figure accessory prices, right? Like, I kind of know my stuff when it comes to third-party figures in terms of their prices, but in terms of like accessories and accessory packs for different figures and stuff like that, I'm not as in the know, right? Like, I don't know the production that goes into it, but I know it's for a consumer. $40 definitely seems like a lot, but your boy is still on the superhero high, and I probably will be for the next like 2 years, so I don't know. I'm willing to whale out a little bit for it. For me personally, it is worth it. And if you would like to get it, I will leave a link in the description below where you can get it for yourself. Again, they go in and out of stock all the time. I happened to catch it when a restock was happening. It is not sponsored, by the way, or I guess they're not sponsoring me would be the best way to say it. I just really like their product. I mean, if you guys would like to sponsor me, I'd definitely be down for it, because ironically enough, the next unboxing video I post is also something I got from this website, not from the same company, in terms of who produced the item, I should say. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you would like to see more accessory packs and stuff like that, because I would definitely be very, very interested in doing them. I know that there is even one that this company makes of Ultimate Gohan that adds a lot more expressions for Ultimate Gohan, that I might actually be interested in picking up, that is pretty cool. So definitely let me know if you would like to see more of this, and without further ado, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.